Hey, I'm Tommy Lindsay, the manager of the Collision Center here at Lumberton Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. Fall's right around the corner, and that means lots of good things like football, cooler weather, and leaves falling. In case something besides leaves fall in your car, we're here to help you. Whether it's a cracked windshield or a dented door, we won't leave you hanging.
We can't prevent Mother Nature's little surprises, but we can fix them, so stop by and experience the difference. The Lumberton Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac difference.
Welcome back to the Black and Gold Report. Our 2016 football season preview continues. Football head coach Shane Richardson, as we continue to talk about the offense and the ground attack. Last season's top rusher, Ron Antonio Stanley, is back. He had more than 700 yards on the ground and 8 touchdowns. You also have some depth in the backfield. Who are some of the running backs to watch and what makes them special?
Antonio Stanley is maybe one of the top 5 fastest guys to ever go through the program. Awesome speed, and that's very fun to watch when he gets the ball in his hands. We've got Cliff Jones as a senior that had experience last year, had a phenomenal summer, and did a lot of changing to his body and physical makeup to help him be in better shape, leaner, faster, and stronger to carry the ball. He'll be kind of a glider and a little bit of a guy inside that can actually put his shoulders down and get north and south with a little bit of power behind him. Miles Grant is a kid who's going to be a redshirt freshman, had an unbelievable spring, and a guy that we actually had walked on. We had him as a walk-on in the program, earned a spot. Springtime was phenomenal. He's the number 3 guy right now. I would look out for him, and he is a very young, great talent that we have. And then we've got a couple other guys that are in the mix there with Josh Sheridan as a young guy and Quad Williams as a young guy, and those guys are both redshirt freshmen as well. And so we've got some depth at that position that we feel really, really good about.
Well, the so-called skill position players get all the glory. They usually can't get very far without the big guys. Tell us about this year's O-line.
Well, it's coming back really intact, and we feel good about just the depth that we have there now, the experience that we have there now. Lawrence Keys is the lone senior of that group, and he's developed into a great leader, just a quality offensive lineman for us. And so we really look to him as the leader of that unit, and so I think he'll be a great voice for those guys. But then you've got DeMarcus Whitehurst, who's been a very solid guy and a great player for us, and he should be a staple to what we're doing there as well. Chris Hazard at the center position, Jaden Funderburk at the other guard, and then we've got Daniel Butler, who started as a true freshman last year, who's coming back for his true sophomore year now. And those 5 guys right there, I think when they're clicking, when they're working together, they can be extremely good for us up front. And we anticipate to be able to run the ball behind those guys, be able to protect the quarterback with those guys, and I'm really excited about what they can bring to the table.
Let's flip now to the other side of the ball. You were the defensive coordinator at UNCP before becoming the head coach. So these are your guys. Give us an overview of Code Black, your defense.
I think the thing that comes to mind with Code Black is we've had good players. We had great players in the past, and even right now we do. But there's one thing that never changes with that defense, and it's the 3 things that we absolutely just ingrain into their minds, their mentality, and the way that we go out and practice every day. And what Code Black stands for is, number 1, we want those guys to go out and play as hard as they can with their total effort every single day. And we demand it out of them. We hold them accountable for it. We challenge them every day with that. And so we got a group of guys that'll go out and really play as very, very hard as they can. The second thing is they're going to play fast. And ideally, you're going to see 11 guys that take the field on defense that are going to be sprinting their butts to the ball every single play. And that's fun to watch when they do it right. And it's not easy to do because you got to train it every rep. You got to do it every day in practice. You got to do it when it's hot out. You got to do it when you're in full pads. But I think it's what makes great defense is really, really good. And then the third thing is we want them to play together and have great enthusiasm, great energy for each other, and celebrating when they're doing great things with each other, and just playing defense in an emotional way. And I think that's how you got to do it. And regardless of who it is, they will have those three things that should be common amongst all of them. Now, we've got a defensive line that I think can be very, very good for us. I think the rotation of those guys will be key. Our linebackers are back and have quality experience. I'm very excited about Elijah Williams, Garrett Barnett, and Carlos Manning, who will be helping us out there. And then in the back end, we're going to be young but extremely athletic. And we've got some freshmen that have come in that are very, very versatile and very athletic to give us a little boost back there in the back end. So I feel really good about where we are. We'll see. Some of those guys need to be tested, and that'll happen very soon right out of the gate. But I'm very confident that we'll have a good defense this year.
It's time for another break, but our football season preview continues after this. We'll talk more about the defense and give you a preview of tonight's season opener against Winston-Salem State.